Dear students, in this video lecture, we are going to see about algorithm. Let's see about history of algorithm. Algorithms have a long history, and this word can be traced back to the 9th century. At the time, the Persian scientist, astronomer, and mathematician Abdullah Muhammad bin Musa al-Khwarizmi, often cited as the father of algebra. He was later known as the founder of algorithm. Definition of algorithm. An algorithm is a self-contained step-by-step process which is going to perform set of operations. An algorithm is an effective method that can be expressed within a finite amount of space and time, and also in a well-defined formal language for calculating a function. And it is starting from an initial state with initial input. The instructions describe a computation that, when executed, proceeds through a finite number of well-defined successive states, eventually producing output and terminating at a final ending state. So the first step is going to take the input, the instructions is going to computation, and after proceeds the input, it is going to process the inputs, and finally it produces the output. After producing output, it is going to terminate the algorithm steps. The levels of description. Algorithms can be classified into having 3 accepted levels of description. The first one is high-level description. It describes an algorithm, ignoring the details of implementation. The second level is implementation description. It is used to define the way the implementation is done. The third one is formal description. It is the most one having the highest level of detail. The next one is characteristics of algorithm. Each and every instruction should be precise and unambiguous, which means each and every instruction should be clear and should have only one meaning. Second one is each instruction should be performed in finite time. The third one is one or more instructions should not be repeated infinitely. It means that the algorithm must terminate ultimately. The next characteristics is after the instructions are executed, the user should get the required results. After completing the algorithm process, step-by-step process, the user should get the required result. Fifth one is it should accomplish only one thing. The sixth one is it should have lead to unique solution. The seventh one is it should consist of finite number of steps. So these are the characteristics of an algorithm. The next one is how to write the algorithm. So it has some different steps to write the algorithm for a program. The first one is get a clear understanding of the problem statement. Second one is proceed in a step-by-step fashion. Then divide the job into parts. After completing, divide the job into parts. Include variables and their usage and define expressions. The next step is outline each loop. The sixth one is include action statements. After including the action statements, how to work outwards from the action statements, figuring out how each parameter will be determined each time the loop goes around. The next step is go back to step number if loop or condition fails. Then use jump statement to jump from one statement to another. try to avoid unwanted raw data in algorithm. Use break and stop to terminate the process. So these are the different characteristics of an algorithm. The example of algorithm here, we are taking the example of algorithm to find the area of circle. So the first step is start the process. Second one is input the value of radius r. The third one is how to use the formula. And we know the value of pi equal to 3.14. The area of circle is pi into r. So we know the pi value, and you have to use the r as the input value, and you have to calculate the area of circle. Then how to display the output, which means print the area of circle. After producing the output, the last step is terminate the process. It is the stop the process. Thanks for watching.